Don, president of Concordia University Chicago. Thank you for tuning in to today's Cougar Athletics broadcast. We take great pride in the strength of both our athletic and academic programs, which are rooted in our steadfast commitment to Jesus Christ. Dedicated to the liberal arts as a foundation of a high-quality college degree, we believe education should form individuals for service to their neighbors. This makes Concordia Chicago an exciting and fulfilling place to study, work, learn, and grow. Learn more today by visiting cuchicago.edu. Thank you, and go Cougars!
We're here at Concordia Stadium this Wednesday afternoon for some Northern Athletic Collegiate Conference women's soccer action between the Scarlet Hawks of the Illinois Institute of Technology and your Concordia University Chicago Cougars. Peter Borkowski here on the Cougar Sports Network for today's broadcast. Shaping up to be a good matchup between these two squads. Let's get into a little preview as the clock winds down to game time. Cougars rolling into today's match. A record of 3-5-5 overall, 3-4-3 within conference play, coming off a tie this past Saturday, October 15th, at Wisconsin Lutheran College. That was a scoreless tie, 0-0. Cougars have been playing better as of late. Currently sit at 9th in the NAC conference with that 3-4-3 conference record. But they're facing one of the heavyweights in the conference today. IIT rolling in 12-2-2, 6-1-2 within conference play. That's good enough for third in the NAC. They've been playing extremely well soccer as of late. Have not lost a game since way back on September 14th. That was a 1-0 loss versus Dominican. Since then, they have 2 ties, and everything else is a W in the finish column, coming off a 5-0 victory most recently this past Saturday at Edgewood. Before that, there was a 2-2 tie versus MSOE, and before that, they rattled off 4 straight wins. So, extremely good Scarlet Hawk team coming to action today in River Forest. Cougars got their work cut out for them if they want to keep rising up the conference ranks as we are quickly approaching the end of the season. We look ahead a little bit before the teams make their way out to the fields for starting lineups and national anthem. After today, Cougars just 2 more games left on the year. They'll be hosting the Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons this Saturday. That's a 2:15 start time, and then finish up the season a week from today, October 26th, across Division Street at Dominican. Stars sit number 1 in the conference, 9-1 overall in conference play. They've clinched a playoff spot. So has Edgewood at their 7-1-1 mark. So Cougars got some top teams left to play out the season, and it starts here today with the Scarlet Hawks as the Cougars start to line up in front of their bench. We'll get those starters in a minute. Scarlet Hawks still in the team huddle. Starting in net for the Cougars looks to be number 1, the senior Cassie Salenzi. 12 games played this year, 11 of which were starts, 5-5 overall record, but ranks towards the top in the conference in a lot of statistics, including save percentage, where she is number 1 with her mark of .852. Also 4th in total saves per game, tied for 4th in shutouts, 5th in shutouts per game, and then 8th in goals against average. So Salenzi putting up excellent numbers her final year as a Cougar. And then we'll get the IIT starter in just a second as the teams line up in front of the scores table with the officials for today's matchup. Last time these two teams met was last season, October 20th. There's a 6-1 IIT win at IIT, so Cougars looking to get a little revenge for that. Last time Cougars pulled off the win against the Scarlet Hawks was back in 2018. It was on October 3rd, a 2-0 win right here in River Forest, so maybe some home cooking is what the Cougars need to get back in the win column against a, again, very talented IIT team. So teams make their way out to the field. We're going to cut to the field for starting lineups and today's national anthem before we get started in action here.
Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference matchup featuring the visiting Scarlet Hawks of Illinois Tech and your Concordia University Chicago Cougars. Referees for today's match have referee Thomas Zarco. He is assisted by Martin Garcia, Cipriano Mendez, and Ramiro Talavera. Let's meet the starting lineups first for the visiting Scarlet Hawks from Illinois Tech. In goal, number 1, Sarah Thomas. Number 4, Kayla Smith. Number 5, Allison Murray. Number 7, Jayla Anana. Number 9, Claudia Marty Fonlo. Number 10, Kelly Hitchcock. Number 13, Amelia Boosman. Number 17, Caitlin Holcomb. Number 20, Alexis Williamson. Number 24, Lucy Jajorian. And number 28, Carolyn Beltran. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Concordia University Chicago Cougars. In goal, number 1, Cassie Solenzi. Number 2, Hannah Bowers. Number 3, Allie Brown. Number 6, Megan Shelton. Number 8, Grace Kladowski. Number 12, Valeria Fernandez. Number 13, Lucia Falone. Number 14, Jordan Bossell. Number 23, Julissa Diaz. Number 24, Shelby Sims. And number 28, Madeline Georgopoulos. Assistant coach Jeanette Moreno, and the head coach of the Cougars is Eddie Garza. At this time, we ask all that are able to please rise, gentlemen, kindly remove your hats, and face the flag on the southeast side of the stadium as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, there you have it, your starting lineups for the day. Let's run it through one more time for everyone watching at home. Start with the Scarlet Hawks of IIT. It's number 4, Kayla Smith. Number 5, Allison Murray. Number 7, Jayla Anea. Number 9, Claudia Marty Fanlo. Number 10, Kelly Hitchcock. Number 13, Amelia Moosman. Number 17, Caitlin Holcomb. Number 20, Alexis Williamson. Number 24, Lucy Georgian. And number 28, Carolyn Beltran. Starting goalie for the Scarlet Hawks is number 1, the sophomore, Sarah Thomas. Now for the starting lineup for your Concordia University Chicago Cougars. Number 2, Hannah Bowers. Number 3, Allie Brown. Number 6, Megan Shelton. Number 8, Grace Gladowski. Number 12, Valeria Fernandez. Number 13, Lucia Falona. Number 14, Jordan Gosell. Number 23, Julissa Diaz. Number 24, Shelby Sims. And number 28, Madeline Georgopoulos. Starting in net for the Cougars, as previously mentioned, is number 1, Cassie Solenzi. Well, we got to look at Salenzi's stats coming into today, so let's get a look at her opponent for IIT, number 1, Sarah Thomas. 9 games played on the year coming in today, just over 376 minutes of game time. 5 goals allowed against 8 saves. That's a .615 save percentage. 1.19 goals allowed per game, has been a part of 5 combined shutouts. So shaping up to be a fun matchup today. Cougars really get tested against this 12-2-2 IIT team. Cougars will get the ball to start. They'll be moving left to right on your screen, wearing their all-white home unis with maroon lettering. Salenzi and net wearing the purple top, while for IIT they'll be moving right to left to start out. Their black shorts with red jerseys and white lettering. Thomas and net wearing the highlighter yellow jersey with black sleeves. And we're underway here in River Forest as Cougars try to get things going and started near sideline. Georgopoulos getting the start today. Start number 2 on the year for number 28 in white. And the ball will go out of bounds. Last touch by the Cougars, so we get a throw in here for IIT. Holcomb now dribbles with it. Claudia Marti-Fanlo, the leading goal scorer for this IIT team, as that one goes out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Salenzi. Marti-Fanlo, 12 goals on the year and 16 games played. Meanwhile, for the Cougars, their leading goal scorer, currently sitting on the bench for now, is number 10, Medi Loza. 5 goals on the year, also leads the Cougars in shots with 30. Got 1 game-winning goal on the season. So throwing right in front of the IIT bench. Both teams fighting for it. This one goes out. Another throw-in coming for the Scarlet Hawks. Could be a low-scoring affair today. Both these teams play very good defensive games. IIT averaging just .88 goals allowed per game. Meanwhile, the Cougars a little below that mark. They rank 6th in the conference with their mark of 1.15 goals allowed per game. So both teams averaging just around a goal allowed per game. So the under in today's game, a very real possibility as IIT takes care of it on their half. Haven't done much to break into the Cougars' final third yet, but have controlled possession most of today's game so far as Beltran works with it near sideline, crosses into the Cougars' half. Now as to get around Georgopoulos, she'll pass this one off to Anea. And she works with it. Gosell comes from behind for the defense, and now this one back to Beltran, guarded again by Georgopoulos. Way back, and now it's on IIT's side of the pitch again. Working on it far sideline. It's number 13, Amelia Musman. Guarded closely by Fernandez, and Megan Shelton tries to boot this one down. Cougars still trying to get possession. Brown has it now. They're going to take it towards the Cougars bench. Brown working on it far sideline, pursued by Georgia Rian. And it's eventually out off of Brown, so throw in IIT. Hawks have it right at midfield. Now work it towards their own bench, and a little mishap there as Shelton gets there and kicks it back down. Gosell almost got it. Or Scarlet Hawk came back and sent it towards the Cougars' end again. Back again now. Near sideline now, out of bounds. Last touch, Scarlet Hawks, so Cougars got a chance for possession here. Hannah Bowers to throw in. most of the action so far in the middle third. Neither team really able to break into each other's goal area as this one's headed back and out of bounds. So Cougars get a throw in now on the Scarlet Hawks side of things. Nina Bowers to do it again. This one back to Thomas, pursued by Georgopoulos. She has to get rid of it quickly to Holcomb. Holcomb busting up the field now. Leaves it for Georgia Ian. Cougars almost had control of it. Instead, Brown just sends it down. Now Beltran with it. Hands it off for Marty Fanlow, leading goal scorer for the Scarlet Hawks. And now this one trickling towards the box, but Megan Schoen's right there. That hits someone's back, though. Cougars aren't out of trouble just yet. There's Lucia Falone now going to work on Allison Murray. Still fighting for possession. It rolls out. Last touch ruled on the Cougars, so Scarlet Hawk throw-in. Throwing right in front of head coach of the Scarlet Hawks, Roshane Ellison, 8th season at the helm, 77, 50, and 12 record he's compiled with the Scarlet Hawks. Helped turn this team into a perennial top member of the NAC. Is this one now going towards the box? Scarlet Hawks almost had an opportunity there, but Kayla Smith dribbled herself right into the Cougar defense. They're able to clear it just for a minute, however. Scarlet Hawks right back to putting the pressure on. Here's Anea. This one on the wing. Marty Fanlow goes down. She gets right back up, though. As good as their defense is, IIT also has a very potent offense. 5.06 goals scored per game. In their last 4, they've scored 6 goals, 2 goals, and 5 goals. So team scores a lot, and they score a lot consistently, including a 28-0 outpouring against Alverno College. That was back on September 21st. School record for most goals set that game for the Scarlet Hawks. This one sent across, but a good header there from Fernandez breaks up the play. Fernandez doesn't have a ton of stats under her name this year, but has played consistently good defense for the Cougars. Usually gets one of the top assignments as you see her floating around the Cougars' defensive end. When sent in, here's Marty Fanlow. Now IIT working in the middle. Cougars right there. Jordan Gosell, she might have something here. As now she's just going to send this one down. Thomas is right there. Gets control of it. Gosell had a one-on-one opportunity. She had a defender close on her back, though, so I think the idea was there. Send it down, give her defense a chance to catch their breath, reset a little. As the IIT pressure has been consistent. Far sideline now. And good play there by Megan Shelton to clear it out of the box. Holcomb handles it now on her own side. She's going to kick it back to Williamson. Back to Holcomb, senior defender out of Temecula, California. IT has no problem working it back towards midfield to make sure they maintain possession, as they're absolutely dominating possession game right now, as Megan Shelton's kick goes out the back of the field, so it'll be a corner for IIT, first corner of the day. IIT stacked in front of the box, and now they're just going to pass this one all the way up to Holcomb. Now this one's sent towards the net, and it hits the pipe. Ball's still loose, but Salenzi's right there. Offside's called anyway, so would not have counted even if it did find the back of the net, but Scarlet Hawks might not have counted, still get a good opportunity. Their first real good scoring chance so far today. You figure with how much offensive pressure they're putting on the Cougars, eventually the Scarlet Hawks will be able to break through and find something. They almost get one there. If it had it been for the goalpost and then the offsides call. Coach Ellison of IIT, assisted by Alan Garcia Pena, Cynthia Osuna, and Tan Peperaunis. Meanwhile, first-year coach for the Cougars, Eddie Garza, assisted by Jeanette Moreno and Allison Snowden. Coach Garza coming over to CUC this year from Northern Illinois University. He's an assistant coach, associate coach, I should say, is his official title. He's also the recruiting coordinator and known for helping develop a possession style of play, which the Cougars have definitely demonstrated this year. A lot of their games have been very, very low-scoring affairs, even looking at their past couple. A 0-0 tie at WLC, and then outlier with the 7-0 victory against Alverno. But before that, a 1-1 tie with Marion, 2-0 win, 3-0 loss. And then another good offensive game against Lakeland back on September 28th as a 5-0 win. Coach Garza's first win as the Cougar head coach. So Alverno works it back towards the midfield. So since that September 28th game, Cougars have been playing some pretty good ball. 3 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties. Helping themselves get back towards the middle of the conference. Midfield now. Inea. Jordan Gassell intercepted that pass, gives it to Allie Brown. She leaves it ahead for Madeline Georgopoulos. A little too far ahead, though, and Beltran's right there. She hands it off to Williamson. Ball sent down now. Megan Shelton right there. Leaves it far sideline. IIT working it up now. This one left in the box, but Shelby Sims kicks it away. Stays in bounds, though. Played by Smith. Shelby Sims, a transfer to CUC this year from Monmouth College, where she played in 53 games, started 38 of them. So we get a whistle here. Cougar ball. It'll be a free kick. Megan Shelton goes over. Shelton, one of the seniors on this team, got honored a couple weeks back at the Cougar senior game out of New Lenox, Illinois. Has started in all 12 games she's appeared in this year, including today's game as this throw-in kicked out by Fernandez. Another IIT throw-in coming up. And trickling back towards midfield. There's Holcomb. And now in the box is IIT. That's Mosman. Leaves it off the wing. This one's going to be sent towards the net. It's headed away by Hannah Bowers, and then Shelby Sims fights for it. Good play there by the 5'8 Bowers to rise above everyone else. Now Bowers goes to work against Anea. This one was sent towards the net, kicked away by Shelton, though. Throw-in coming up. Beltran. Near sideline, the throw-in for Marty Fanlow. Good play there by Hannah Bowers to break up the play from Anea. And now this one working back towards IIT's bench. Julissa Diaz fighting for it. IIT keeps control, though. So Allison Murray tried to pass it along, goes out of bounds off her foot. Cougar throw-in. Just about 30 minutes left to go here in the first half in River Forest. Still a scoreless tie between the Cougars and Scarlet Hawks here on the Cougar Sports Network. This one goes out of bounds, so goal kick coming up for Salenzi. Jordan Gassell raced to try and keep that one in. She can't even come close as it goes out. Well, as much as IIT's had possession down in the Cougars' end, they're still looking for their first shot of the game. So Cougars defense playing some excellent bend don't break style play. But they're going to look to their offense now to give them a little bit of support. As Cougars, they've mustered up one shot on goal. That was Gassell, but don't know if it was as much of a shot as it was just a clearing play to give our defense a little time to catch their breath. Did give Thomas her first official save of the day, however. Now, nice play there by Falone. Leaves it up to Gassell. Cougars trying to get some bodies upfield. Now here goes Sims. Leaves it upfield. Georgopoulos can't win the foot race before it goes out of bounds. Georgopoulos definitely has some speed to her game. Not that much speed, though, as that one rolled out of bounds. Still had to get around Beltran as well. Here's a chance for IIT, and good play there by Shelton as this one sent back towards the box, a redirect, and it's going into the corner, and Hannah Bauer is able to save it from going out. Prevents the corner kick, still get an IIT throw-in coming up. Marty Fanlow is almost in pristine scoring area, but Megan Schillen able to get a foot on that ball and send it back the other way. Now this one's still in the middle of the box. It's still there, and whistle blows the play dead. Cougars get possession, so get a good whistle there, as that was, again, a nice scoring area for the Scarlet Hawks. Free kick from Shelton. And a strong header there from Williamson. Sends it back the other way now. IIT working it up field. Beltran. Here's Anea. Leaves it ahead now and almost got to Marty Fanlow. You can tell the Scarhawks trying to feed their top goal scorer. Not having too much success just yet. Then we get a corner kick, so good chance for the Scarhawks to get the scoring started today. George or Ian. From the corner. Sent towards a header there, and it bounced in front of the net, kicked by Shelton. Now we get another whistle. A free kick coming up for the Cougars. So Lindsay set. Doesn't get a lot on that one. Cougars able to still get possession. Shelton almost got Georgopoulos with that one. Instead here the Scarlet Hawks with possession. Williamson. Sent towards the box and a ball booted towards Salenzi. That was from Anea. Junior out of Brighton, Colorado. See if they score that one as a shot or not. Almost a redirect. Not a lot on it. Salenzi just kind of bent over and picked it up as it rolled towards her. Now this one's heading out towards the Cougars' bags, and possession given to IIT. And they are given the shot on goal, so Salenzi makes her first save of the day. Her and Thomas tied at one save apiece as IIT looks to get more shots going as they're fighting for it. Scarlet Hawk lost her shoe on the pitch. That was Allison Murray. We get a substitution here. Coming out is Anea. Coming in number 22. That's Nicole Fajardo. Six goals on the year as well as an assist. So Scarhawks put a little bit more goal scoring personnel on the field as again, they've had possession for most of the, well, for the first half here, most of the first half here. And is that one up and over the net through the field goal post. Give 3 points if we were playing a game of American football, but not Saturday here in River Forest, so instead it counts for nothing, and Salenzi gets set for the kick. Second shot of the game for Scarred Hawks. As now they're starting to put a couple more towards the net.
Into the match for Concordia, number 4, Brittany Chancellor.
Brittany Chancellor into the match for Concordia now. Now Scarred Hawks, they're going to center this one, and it slips through everybody. That one almost landed right at Amelia Moosman's feet. Instead, it gets by her as well. Goes out of bounds. So we'll get a goal kick here for the Cougars. Decent opportunity there for the Scarlet Hawks. No one was able to get a piece of it, however. As we're over halfway through half number 1 here in River Forest. Still looking for our first goal of the day on the Cougar Sports Network. Throw in here. Now Brittany Chancellor heads it ahead. Chancellor still going. Gaining the possession of the ball is Holcomb. She sends that up for her teammate now. Smith rushes up with it. Stopped by Diaz, so she has to hand that off. Now to the wing for Fajardo. Sends that one towards the middle. Megan Shelton planted right there. She's been in the middle of the box most of today's game, just ready to shut down anything that comes even close. This kick goes out of bounds. Possession stays with IIT. Throw in here, Smith. Rolls back to her. She dumps this in the middle now. Ball's rolling into the box. Megan Shelton launches that one right into the hands. Coach Ellison. This one, IIT has a chance, but it's going to roll away. Gasell sends it down. Allie Brown racing for it. But she's not going to be able to beat Holcomb as this ball is sent back to Thomas in net. Right back to Holcomb now. Holcomb puts this one ahead. Nice play there by Marty Fanlow, but throws it right into the feet of Bowers, but IIT gets it back. And Brown kicks this one out, so she'll give her defense a chance to reset here. Less than 18 minutes to go here in the first half. Cougars 0, IIT 0. And now centering pass from IIT, kicked away by Shelton. Now here's Diaz, puts it ahead right into the IIT bench. Throw in coming up for the Scarlet Hawks. Good play there by Salenzi. She keeps the ball in her hand as she drop kicks this one to about midfield. Not quite, as IIT's right there ready for it. George or Ian comes away with it. This one rolls out of bounds. Goal kick coming up for the Cougars.
Into the match for the Cougars, number 21,
Juliana Paulson. And Megan Wilkinson McQuaid check in for Jordan Gosell and Julissa Diaz.
Into the match for the Scarlet Hawks, number 31, Kenzie Takuchi.
Meanwhile, Kenzie Takuchi comes in for the Scarlet Hawks. She deals with it, tries to center it, but it hits the head of Fernandez, and then Bowers comes flying through to kick it out. Corner kick coming up for IIT. Puts this one back towards around the 30-yard line for Holcomb. And now working inside, a chance here. This one trickles into the back of the net. So we're going to have our first goal of the day, belongs to Illinois Tech. Finally able to break through after all that pressure. Goals credited to Kelly Hitchcock. Set up really, really well by Kayla Smith. May have taken a couple bounces off some other players, but for now, Hitchcock with the goal, Smith with the assist, and IIT up 1-0 on the Cougars. 15-10 left to go in the first half. Hannah Bowers with the throw in. Julissa Diaz hip checks that one, but gain possession is the goal scorer, Hitchcock. This here goes to CUC now. Tangled up by Fernandez. Puts this one towards the top of the box. And now here's a centering, and Hitchcock almost got a foot on that. She's looking for goal number 2 today. Hitchcock, goal number 8 on the season after that one. After that last goal, ties her with Takuchi for the second most on the team with 8. Meanwhile, Kayla Smith gets assist number 5 on the year. Beltran set for the throw-in. Now ball left in the middle, but it's still there. Fajardo had a couple good looks before it's kicked out. Back towards middle pitch. Now bounced out of bounds by Brittany Chancellor. Substitution here for the Scarlet Hawks. Beltran out. Coming in for the free kick is, the throw-in meant to say is Holly Parker. Nice save there by Salenzi. Shot had some arc on it from Kelly Hitchcock. Lone goal scorer so far today. Ball goes out of bounds, back of the field off the Scarlet Hawks. So goal kick coming up for Salenzi. Bowers checking out here. Coming in is Melika Kenworthy, sophomore for the Cougars, wearing number 17. And now the goal kick from Salenzi.
Also coming in doing so for Scarlet Hawks, number 26, Jillian Olichlag, and number 16, Gabriela Baltis and Jillian Oligschlager is entering the game for the Scarlet Hawks. Throw in here. Takes a bounce off Wilkinson McQuaid's head. Wilkinson McQuaid Jr. out of Georgetown, Kentucky. One of the captains on this CUC squad. She's got herself 3 goals on the year. Here she is guarding
ball handler before it's sent towards the middle. Scarlet Hawks still fighting for it. Lucia Falone there to try and disrupt things. Ball still loose. Wilkinson McQuad tried to kick it out, but Hitchcock keeps it in. Now we get a foul called, so free kick for the Cougars. Shelton sends it off. Ball rolling down. Going into the corner. Smith is going to be the first one there. She watches it roll out. And they're going to call this one a corner kick, saying that went out off of IIT. So first corner of the day for the Cougars, trying to get something started, looking for goal number 1 to tie things up. Melika Kenworthy to kick it off here. Cougars averaging just over 4.5 corners per game. Here's number 1 of today. They send some bodies in motion. This one towards the top of the box, and they can't do anything with it as now IIT has some speed coming down. Here's Takuchi. And she gets tripped up, and we're going to get a foul called on Lucia Falone. Takuchi a little slow getting up, back on her feet now. Free kick right in front of the IIT bench. Yellow card is pulled on Falone as well for unsporting. Now this one absolutely launched towards the net. Salenzi comes sliding out. Looks like she was the one who's able to boot it away, but IIT back with possession. This one sent towards the net again, and the header there goes away. It's still in bounds, and it finally trickles out. Fajardo was in an excellent positioning and just took a bad angle off her head and rolled out right by the corner. Pamela Saldivar checks in now for CUC. Lucia Falone comes out. Throw in from Grace Gladowski. Also recently entered the game for CUC. Excuse me. Gladowski been in for a while, meant to say. There's now a free kick coming up for Shelton. Shelton near sideline. Here goes Brittany Chancellor. She sends it ahead. Allie Brown in a race for it with Oleg Shager. Sent back upfield for the Scarlet Hawks as here's Hitchcock now. Less than 8 minutes to go in the first half. Takuchi puts it just over the net. Goal kick coming up here for Salenzi. Throw in from Gladowski. Right into the head of Parker. Saldivar loses possession. This one's centered by Jamie Griggs. Now this one in the corner. Fajardo racing for it. Out of bounds. Possession stays with the IIT. One left upfield for Oleg Shager. Oleg Shager centers it right over the head of Takuchi and rolling all the way out. Back of the end zone at Concordia Stadium. So goal kick coming up for Salenzi now. Lindsay's kick slips by everyone, goes out right by the scorer's table. Scarlet Hawk throw in. Oleg Shager puts the moves on Chancellor. Gladowski's right there. Oleg Shager able to keep it in front of her, though. Excuse me, that's Holly Parker able to keep it in front of her. And whistle here on IIT. Turnover. Going the other way is Georgia Ian. Use it ahead for Hitchcock. She punts it ahead. Marty Fanlow, and that one right to Fernandez, who sends it back down. Less than 5 to go here. As we're going to get a free kick coming up here for IIT. This one trickles down. Thomas comes up to play it. Takes a bounce off Brown. Now Shelby Sims gives her team a little time. Now this one wide right of the net. Goal kick for Salenzi.
Into the match for Concordia number 22, Katana Watson.
Katana Watson checks in for the Cougars. As does Paige Falkenstern. Watson, sophomore out of Oak Park. Game number 14 on the year for her. Meanwhile, Paige Falkenstern making her 8th appearance on the year. Senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Salenzi set for the goal kick here. 2:39 left to go in the first half. You're watching the Cougar Sports Network. You can find us on our YouTube page, CUC Sports, as well as all kinds of other cool content like interviews. And now for just $5 a month, you can become a member of the page. Get exclusive access to various content. All you got to do is click the join button. That's only $5 a month. If you don't want to become a member at the time, however, you can still contribute to the Athletic Communications Department here at CUC by clicking the thank button on any video. help improve broadcasts like the one you're watching. But no matter what you do, just know that we sincerely appreciate your support, as this one goes into the back of the net. IIT, they get goal number 2 with 1:52 left to go in the first half. So off the free kick from Fajardo. Foul from Grace Kladowski. A couple redirects off the free kick. Put that one into the top of the net. See who the official scores give this one to. As that, again, came out of a pile of bodies right in front of the net before going in. So kind of hard to make out who got last touches. Here's Fajardo now. Dribbles top of the box, puts this one in the back of the net. So all of a sudden, the Scarlet Hawks go from only being up 1-0 on the Cougars, and now all of a sudden, they find themselves up 3-0. Goals within 2 goals within 30 seconds of each other. So that first goal was accredited to Gabriela Baltes, assisted by Lucy Jajorian. And now the second one, Nicole Fajardo doing all the work herself, dribbles into the top of the box and puts that one in the bottom left corner of the goal, right past Alenzi. So in just 30 seconds, Cougars go from trailing the Scarlet Hawks by 1 to now having to find 3 goals to just tie this one up. This foul called on the Scarlet Hawks. Free kick coming up for the Cougars. Clock shows 35 seconds left to go here in the first half. Offside was the call against IIT. The Cougars might get one more shot here at getting something going. Falkenstern tries to send this one down, but it's picked off by Baltes. So Baltes gets goal number 4 on the season as this clock strikes 0 in the first half. Meanwhile, Fajardo adds on goal number 7. So with those two and then the one earlier from Hitchcock, Scarlet Hawks find themselves up 3-0 on the Cougars. 45 minutes done here in River Forest. We're going to take a quick break. Be back in just a little bit for second half. The Cougars got their work cut out for them. See if they can pull off the comeback here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Concordia University Chicago is a Christ-centered Lutheran university where truth, freedom, and vocation form students for lives of influence and service for the common good. Our university offers a wide variety of undergraduate and graduate degree options that are available in person and online. That means we have a program designed for you. Whether you're a high school student, an adult returning to complete your degree, or someone looking to enhance your credentials and prepare for career growth. As a member of this university community, you'll also find support in your spiritual and personal life so you can grow in the faith and discover ways to serve others. To start your next journey with us, visit cuchicago.edu today.
back here in River Forest. About a minute 20 left to go in the halftime break. Cougars are trailing the Scarlet Hawks of the Illinois Institute of Technology 3-0. Peter Borkowski once again here on the Cougar Sports Network. Let's talk about how we got here. So IIT opened up the scoring at the 29:30 mark of the first half. Redirect from Kelly Hitchcock off the assist from Kayla Smith put the score at 1-0. That's where it stood. A good 14 minutes of action until Gabrielle Baltez able to redirect one into the top of the net. Assist there from Lucy Georgian. And then just 30 seconds later, IIT struck one more time with Nicole Fajardo dribbling herself right into the top of the box and blasting it into the bottom left corner of the goal. Assist there by Baltez. That's how we got where we are right now. Look at the score sheet. A little Baltez, she's got a goal and assist under her name. Like I said, Hitchcock Fajardo, the other two goal scorers for IIT, and then Joran and Kayla Smith with the other two assists outside of Baltez. Sarah Thomas, she's only been challenged once. She made the most of it with her only save of the game. Meanwhile, Salenzi, 3 goals allowed, 3 saves made. Sitting at that 500% right now. Or 500 on the save percentage. Let's put it that way. So the buzzer sounds. Teams get one final huddle here together. And we get ready to start the last 45 minutes of today's game here in River Forest. Cougars got some work to do to get themselves back in it. Meanwhile, IIT has got plenty of breathing room now to maybe try some new things out and see if they can keep piling up the goals. After today, IIT will be traveling back home. They'll be back in action tomorrow. A rare back-to-back games in the world of soccer. They play tomorrow, Thursday 20th, when they play host to the University of Chicago. One final non-conference game before they finish up their season with Lakeland at home this Saturday, and then next Tuesday they'll be at Rockford to wrap their season up. As we're underway here in the second half, IIT starts things off. Working deep into the Cougars' half already. Here's Marty Fanlow. Centers this one, but buries it right into Hannah Bowers. Can't collect the rebound. Now this one put towards the net, should say, as it goes goes wide right and out. Slenzi now. Gets set for the goal kick. Takes a couple steps back. Give herself some running room here. She needs her team to give her some offensive support. This goal kick rolls all the way out. Throw-in coming up here for Kayla Smith. Got an assist on what is the game-winning goal right now from Kelly Hitchcock. And a trip up there, no call made. Now this one sent down. Here come the Scarlet Hawks, middle of the field. Sent up and then right back into the box before Shelby Sims able to knock it away. Holding her head now is Marty Fanlow. She collided with Grace Gladowski as they both went up for the header. And now we're going to get a stoppage here as officials make sure Marty Fanlow's okay. As I said, Marty Fanlo, senior out of Barcelona, Spain, leading the Scarlet Hawks in goals scored with 12. As Lucia Falone kicks that one out of bounds. Fanlo's sure to get some awards once the season ends. She currently leads the conference in points with 31. And she's tied for first in goals with those 12. Also leads the conference in points per game with her mark of 1.94. So the senior getting things done for IIT, again, sure to bring her some recognition come postseason time. Now this one out of bounds. Goal kick coming up for Salenzi. This one makes its way onto the IIT side of the pitch. Not for long, though, as they're back on the Cougar side of things. Near sideline, deep into the Cougar zone. Smith puts the moves on. She's going to center this one, and Hannah Bowers gets there first for the Cougars. Now racing into the corner for it is Tukuchi. Centers it. This one finds its way working back towards midfield. IIT able to control it. Now a centering pass there. Gladowski's able to disrupt it. Ball still loose. And here's a shot right into Salenzi's hands. Good read there from the senior. Keeps the score where it is, 3-0, 40 minutes left to go here in the second half and in the game. No more overtime in the regular season. Whatever the score at the end of 90 is the final score. So Cougars got just under 40 minutes now to find 3 goals and at least come away with the draw. This one booted back towards the midfield. Smith a throw in. Goes towards the near corner. Popped up there by Shelton off the back of Falone's head. Right back to Smith where we started. Out of bounds, last touch by Mosman. Cougars throw it in going the other way. But IIT right back on it. Takuchi with the ball. She's going to center this one. Salenzi comes out to play it, but it takes a bounce off an IIT player. Salenzi, she's down holding her arm, and she's slow to get back up. No call made, so the goal stands. IIT now up 4-0 on the Cougars.
IIT goal scored by number 9, Claudia Marcy Fanlo.
Claudia Marchi-Fanlo finally gets her first of the game. She takes now sole lead in the conference for goals scored with number 13. So she continues her fantastic season. She's tied with Brooke Blum of WLC. Blum now stands at 12, while Marchi-Fanlo stands right above her at 13 and gives her team a 4-goal lead now here in River Forest. So the deficit gets even bigger for the Cougars to come back from, if that's what's in the cards for today. Definitely got to get a little more offense going. Still one shot on the day that came way back early goings of the first half when Jordan Gosell just put one on net from about the 30, 35-yard line. And a good pick there by Falone. She's racing the other way. She tries to leave it for Gosell, but getting there first is number 32, Abigail Dudek. Now working back towards the Cougar goal. Here's a shot. Good save there by Salenzi. Ball still loose. And Anna Bowers finally able to clear that one out. Some good coverage there by Salenzi. Prevents this lead from getting any bigger for IIT. Now here, IIT once again. Kate Domian now in the game for the Scarlet Hawks, number 18 in red. This one near sideline, and it rolls out of bounds. Last touch by the Cougars. Throw in here. Throw in. Domian gets tripped up. Ball is still bouncing in the middle of the field. Good kick there by Sims as she sends it down. Gosell's going to race for it. Controlling it now is number 19, Mary Frompton. Out of bounds. Possession stays with IIT. That one right out of the reach from number 13, Mosman. Almost pulled off the acrobatics to get it. Instead, CUC back with the ball. Falone puts the moves on Jenna Gaitan, senior midfielder out of Warren, Michigan. Couple more substitutions for the Scarlet Hawks. Lucy Van Veldhuizen in now. Domian works with it, gets possession right back, sends it ahead. There's Kenna Flores. A shot blocked up front. It dribbles into Salenzi's hands. Lindsay set for the drop kick. You know, Cougars have some numbers here, and getting tripped up is Allie Brown. She draws the flag. So free kick, Megan Shelton launches it. It's going towards the net, but it's out of the net anyways. Thomas comes out, makes the grab. I think that one was heading in either way. So here comes Van Veldhuizen now. One sent up far side to Parker. Parker. Middle. Blocked there by Brown. Brown sends that one over Parker's head. Eventually trickles back to the far sideline. Now back to the scores table. Right back to Savannah Gonzalez of IIT. And this one's going to trickle all the way down to Salenzi. Comes out, makes the grab. Up to Kenneth Flores. Here's Dudek. This one kicked down. With it now, IIT. They're going to try to break in. Here's a shot. Lindsay makes the stop. And we're going to get a stoppage now for some substitutions. 3 new Cougars come in, including a new goalkeeper. That'll be number 00 for CUC, freshman Brooke Sheriff. 5 appearances so far this year, including 1 start. .61 goals against average and .833 save percentage. New keep in net for the Cougars. Still down by 4 as they still looking to get any kind of offensive pressure going. Another substitution page. Falkenstern checks back in for CUC. Throw in now from IIT. One goes towards the middle, and then Shelton bombs it down. Katana Watson racing for it now, coming up on Frompton. Frompton's going to dish that one back to her keep. Should have mentioned new keep in for IIT as well. It's number 40, Cheryl Gardner, senior out of Austin, Texas. Just over 125 minutes played on the season for Gardner. 1 goal allowed. Still looking for her first save on the season. So Gardner gets the chance now with her team up by 4. Cougars looking to get something started still. Less than 30 minutes to go here in River Forest. That one takes a ricochet off of Tukuchi before going out. Throw in Hannah Bowers. 4 to the Cougars. Bounces over a couple heads before staying in. IIT able to keep that one from rolling out. They're moving upfield now. Sent ahead for Domian. Working towards the middle. Here's a shot and a great save there by Sheriff. That one looked destined to go in the bottom corner, and it trickles in front of the net just out of reach of Griggs. Now here goes Julissa Diaz. Good slide there, but it is going to draw the whistle. That was from Kenna Flores. He's able to get the ball, but in the same move took Diaz down, so Cougars get the free kick coming up. Shelton. This one at the foot of Domian. And here come the Scarlet Hawks. Far sideline. Domian, a little give and go there. Another give and go. It finally ends up with Moosman. This one put on net, and Sheriff able to get a piece of it before it goes out of bounds. Not able to save the rebound, though, so it will be a corner kick coming up here for the Scarlet Hawks. Domian basically in the net for IIT. Everyone else piled up far side of the box as Griggs gets set. And headed away there by Saldivar, freshman for CUC. Offsides on IIT, so Megan Shelton to kick things off here. Sent ahead. Paige Falkenstern races for it. Out of bounds. Last touch by number 7 in white. Scarlet Hawk throw-in coming up. There's Gardner. Redirects it to the other side for Dudek. Dudek now. Ball tangled up between Fernandez and Van Veldhuizen. Now this one dipped into the corner. Domian and Shelton fighting for it. Physicality between the sophomore of IIT, senior of Concordia. And this one redirected back towards the Scarlet Hawks by Fernandez. IIT does get control right back. Coming up the middle was Frompton. Van Veldhuizen fighting for it. This one rolling back. Nice play by Saldivar. She gets tripped up, though. She'll draw the call. Julissa Diaz had that near sideline before it's kicked out by Flores. Throw in here, Valeria Fernandez. Hannah Bowers is going to check out. Malika Kenworthy coming in now. So a couple new Scarlet Hawks as well. Aiden Green, number 33, and number 20, Alexis Williamson, check in. Paige Falkenstern, Lucia Falone. She's going to put this one just wide left of the net. Gardner comes all the way out, grabs it. Wouldn't have been a goal either way, but Gardner now gets her team moving in transition. Valerie Fernandez, someone booted out. Throw in here, intended targets Domian, but she's guarded by Shelton, and say Shelton headed that one out. Throw in again, Flores. And again, intended receiver was Domian, and Shelton comes out of nowhere to break up the play or get another Flores throw in. 22 minutes left to go here in River Forest. Cougars need to start finding the back of the net if they want to get back in this one. Kenworthy tries to head that one out. She instead knocks it to Falkenstern, who does kick it out. Here's Fernandez.
Into the match for Concordia, number 31, Jamie Siebert.
Jamie Siebert now makes her appearance for the Cougars. Game number 14 on the year for 31 in white. As this throw-in's right over her head into the feet of Flores. Now here come the Scarlet Hawks the other way. Takes a bounce the other direction. Shelton handles that ball, sends it down right to Williamson, who kicks it ahead. Now picking it up is Fernandez, tries to dribble through the defenders and goes out off IIT.
Into the match for the Cougars, number 3, Allie Brown.
Allie Brown checks in for Shelby Sims. Ball takes a couple bounces on some heads before finally hitting the ground, and IIT with control. But Grace Glodowski sends this one down, and watching it roll out of bounds is Beltran. Jillian Olikshager back in for IIT. Possession's going to go way of CUC here. They start moving some personnel down. They got under 19 minutes now to find 4 goals, or they're going to walk away with loss number 6 on the year. Meanwhile, IIT looking to pick up win number 13. So IIT does pick up win number 13. It'll be the 4th season in a row the Scarlet Hawks get at least 13 wins on the season. Have to go back to 2017 when that wasn't the case. That's the last year they also went under 500 at 8-10-1. Since then, IIT been a very successful program, always towards the top of the conference in terms of rankings. That is the way it is again this year, currently sitting at 3rd behind Dominican and Edgewood. Edgewood kind of putting some people on notice this year. Preseason poll had them at spot number 10. And right now they're riding high at number 2. One of the 2 teams that have clinched a playoff spot so far this year, along with Dominican. There's a Scarlet Hawk on the ground now. So as of now, will be a goal kick for the Cougars. Instead, it's now going to be will remain a goal kick, excuse me. Sheriff puts the ball where she wants it. Backs up a couple steps. Sends this one to about the 30-yard marker. And going the other way. And now putting the ball out of bounds is Fernandez, throwing coming up for Scarlet Hawks. Another goal kick for Sheriff. As everyone's moving towards the far side of the field as the Cougars get some substitutions in. Juliana Paulson checks in. Kara Diaz checks in. Number 28, Madeline Georgopoulos checks in as well. Here's a centering pass, and it goes past everybody. Julissa Diaz also back in for the Cougars. Now some IIT subs. As Sheriff gets the whistle for the okay to start. Falkenstern got a boot on it before it gets tangled up. Now here come the Cougars working down the near sideline. Juliana Paulson, she's got some speed, but she gets the play broken up by Williamson. Good defensive effort there from the senior. Throw-in coming up here for CUC.
Substitutions for the Scarlet Hawks, into the match number 35, Ali Sanchez.
Now here's Saldivar trying to keep it in while being pressured by Griggs.
Aquina Castellano. And number 7.
And here come the Scarlet Hawks moving the other way, or trying to at least. Cougars trying to put the pressure on. See if they can at least get something going here offensively. They're now sitting at 3 shots, 2 of which have been on net. Sarah Thomas had save earlier in the game, and then Cheryl Gardner with the other save here in the second half. Here come the Scarlet Hawks, far sideline, kicked out there by CUC. Throw in here. Ball batted around. Now moving back towards midfield. Now here's Williamson. Williamson down to Enea. She works with it to Griggs. Griggs now ahead. Now this one heading out of bounds near sideline. Picking it up is number 17, one of the captains on this team, Caitlin Holcomb. See her wearing the highlighter yellow band on her left bicep. Now this one takes a bounce off Glodowski's head, and almost getting the shot off was Ali Sanchez. And now the ball trickling back towards the net, and Sheriff comes out, falls on it. Make sure nothing comes out of that. Another drop kick here from Sheriff. Some distance on it as it almost makes its way to about the 45-yard line. Instead, the Cougars work backwards with it. Holcomb. IIT moving up. Kicked down by Shelton. Kicked right back towards the Cougars by Williamson. Brown now. So it slips past Paulson. Here's Georgopoulos. Use it for Cara Diaz. Diaz going to try to keep this in bound. Nice box out there by Scarlet Hawk. Now moving up is Rachel Britton, freshman on this team. And here comes Holcomb, sent towards the net, but headed away by Megan Shelton. She's now taking a squat on the ground. That one hit her pretty hard on the head. She's right back at it now. Less than 10 minutes to go here. River Forest on the Cougar Sports Network. Cougars find themselves trailing IIT 4-0. You get a whistle here as Shelton. Not going to take her time on the ground. See the ref holding off the trainers for now. Now they're going to come out and get her. So all the trainers check out number 6 for the Cougars. We're going to take a quick break here up in the booth. We'll be back in just a minute on the Cougar Sports Network. Megan Shelton's worked her way off the field, gets sent to be checked out by the athletic trainers. Hope the senior is all right for the Cougars. One of the captains on this team. But for now, action's going to resume. Jamie Siebert comes in now for the Cougars. Katana Watson also back in as well. Another change in net for IIT as well. Number 0, the freshman Sofia Rodriguez. As her offense works it down the other way. Rodriguez, 3 games played, 59 minutes and 14 seconds. Hasn't faced any shots yet. So no goals allowed. Still looking for her first save as well. As IIT going to try and keep it that way, maybe. Give their freshman netminder some support as they are still dominating the possession game today. Cougars have really struggled to get anything going offensively. Now this one going into the corner and rolling out, so goal kick coming up for CUC. Sheriff sets the ball up, 7:15 left to go. Sheriff, an impressive outing so far. 3 saves, no goals allowed in her little over 23 minutes of action. So she took over from Salenzi. Salenzi left, 5 saves, 4 goals allowed. Meanwhile, the IIT goal keeps Sarah Thomas the starter. 1 save, no goals. Cheryl Gardner replaced her then as this one bounces right into the grip of Sheriff. Cheryl Gardner replaced Thomas, also put up 1 save, no goals. And then Rodriguez hasn't faced anything in her 2.5 minutes of play so far. Now, big kick here from Sheriff. This one takes a bounce onto the IIT side of the pitch. IIT able to gain possession. Now Griggs. Up there for Holcomb. Now this one finds its way into the box, and clearing it out is Diaz, Julissa Diaz. Now, Cara Diaz is going to check out, coming in as Jordan Gosell to replace her. Meanwhile, for the Scarlet Hawks, Lucy Van Veldhuizen also checks in. And just keeping that in the corner, excuse me, not keeping it in. Holcomb thought she kept that one from going out. Instead, it's rule it out of bounds. Throw in here for Julissa Diaz. Under 5 minutes to go. Cougars will be back in action this Saturday, October 22nd, when they play host to the Falcons of Concordia University, Wisconsin. That's a 2:15 start time. Coverage for that match can be found at cucougars.com, as can everything CUC sports related. What you got to do is go to the website. We have every team here on campus has their own page. Just go to sports, click the team you want. You can find everything from rosters, schedule, stats, social media, and more. Once again, see at cucougars.com. Coverage for the CUW game this Saturday will be there, as well as on our YouTube page, CUC Sports, where you can find the live stream for it. And then after Saturday, which is the home closer for the Cougars, their season finale will be a week from today, Wednesday, when they travel to Dominican to take on the Stars. As this one sent towards the net, hits the field goal, excuse me. So because of that, Sheriff will get a goal kick here. CUW currently sitting at 5th in the conference, also having a good season at 6-2-1 within conference play. Cougars finish up the season against the Stars. They're sitting pretty at number 1, 11-3-2, 9-1 within conference play. One of two teams along with Edgewood who've locked up a playoff spot already. Now here at middle pitch, and Allie Brown comes shooting on unaware. Cougars, they got some speed. Allie Brown, she's going to take it in. She's going to put this one on net, and making her first career save is Sophia Rodriguez. Brown had Paulson on her left, decided to take it in herself, got the shot off. Wasn't in a great chance, but trying to generate anything, challenged the young netminder, and Rodriguez stands tall, makes the save, and her team's now 1 minute and 50 seconds away from picking up win number 13 on the year. It'll also be shutout number 7 on the season for IIT. Their second shutout in a row, unless the Cougars get something here in the last minute 10. They're coming off a 5-0 win at Edgewood Saturday, so IIT really picking up the pace as we head toward the NAC playoffs. We're officially under a minute to go. This one's sent towards the near corner on the Cougars half, and it rolls, stopping on the line was Lucy Van Veldhuizen. Eventually goes out off Melika Kenworthy. Throw in here. Jamie Siebert redirects that one out. 30 seconds to go. Griggs tries to center it, but Kenworthy kicks it out. And it'll be off of Griggs. So goal kick from Sheriff. 15 seconds left. See if he even tries to get this one off. As the countdown from 10 has started.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Sheriff backs up and she's just going to knock this one ahead as the Scarlet Hawks come away with the 4-0 victory here in River Forest. Take down the Cougars. Look over some of the final stats from tonight. So goal scores. 3 were in the first half as Kelly Hitchcock, Gabrielle Baltez, and Nicole Fajardo tacked on the first trio of goals for the Scarlet Hawks, and then Claudia, Marty Fanlow added on goal number 4 here in the second half. Goalkeepers coming away with the loss is Cassie Salenzi, 5 saves on 9 shots faced. Brooke Sheriff made 4 saves on her 4 shots faced in relief. Meanwhile, for the Scarlet Hawks, Sarah Thomas comes away with the win. She made a save on her only shot faced. Cheryl Gardner in relief made a save on 1 shot on goal. And then Sofia Rodriguez wrapped things up, making her first career save on the only shots she faced as well. So Cougars back in action this Saturday when they play host to CUW, 2:15 start time. Catch that live stream here on CUC Sports YouTube. But until then, that's going to do it from River Forest. I want to say thanks to everyone making this broadcast possible. Katie Schrems in the booth with me, running production and camera. And then in the other booth, we have our wonderful staff of Kayla McLeod, Sydney Palacios-Laher, and our sports information director, CJ Selner. Should also mention Van Gato working the scores table down at field level, braving the weather for all of us. So happy to have him help us out there. But until next time, Cougars fall to IIT 4-0. This is Peter Borkowski signing off of the Cougar Sports Network and wanting to say, as always, go Cougars.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.